Hi there! In this video we're going to learn how to configure a cable pathway. A commonly used technique while doing project drawing is to join several cables in a single line for aesthetic motives and for ease of analysis of our project. And that's what we have here. We have this room here, which has the electric switchboard, which has 5 circuits coming out for the sockets in the room. We could have the 5 circuits coming directly out from the switchboard, but that could be slightly confusing. And so what we do here is we insert this a little bit more thick line, which is sort of our cable pathway, and then only further downside our circuit we are going to do the separation into the individual circuits for our analysis. And so how do we do this in our CAD meter? To do this, first we select our line, which we are going to say it's our line for the cable pathway, and we are going to give it a title. We're going to call it 5 cables FXG for ease of comprehension. And now we're going to add the articles that are going to be supposedly inside this pathway. And so the first one is going to be the FXG cable, which is going to be a 3G 2.5 cable for the chapter 1.2, and also we're going to need to add the tubing in which that cable is going to go through. And so here goes the isogrease tube with diameter 20. But here we must take note that there are 5, this is representing 5 the individual circuits, and as such we need to account for that. And so in our quantity we are going to put 5 here, so that CAD meter for this small line takes into account 5 cables and 5 tubings, each for our individual circuits, which are here represented. Now the cable pathway is created. We just click in Save. And now further down our circuit, further down our drawing, we select our individual circuits. Do note that thanks to the way that CAD meter works, I do not need to create a component for each individual circuit. The CAD meter selects all the equivalent circuits, and I just need to create a component for one of these lines, which is we are going to call simple cable FXG. And the CAD meter, by creating a component for one of these lines, CAD meter will associate that all these lines, which are the same thing in the project, are going to are the same component and take into account that quantity in our budget. And so what we are going to do here now is just simply repeat our process that we have done before with an FXG 3G 2.5 cable, but we are just going to add one quantity of cable and one tube, because that's all we need. And there you go. We click now in Save, and our cable pathway has been created with 5 cables and 5 tubes here. And here we have 1 cable and 1 tubing per line, which is then going to be CAD meter is now going to take into account all this quantity, all this length of all these cables, which are going to further appear in our budget.